Good evening everyone, it's Liam the Deaf Doom Metalhead, and today is a black metal update. All of this is black metal in the raw, epic, everything is in the proper true cult style of music. No Deaf Doom, none of that today. It's all black metal. I've been listening to all this a fair bit to kind of get my head around it all. There's a few new releases that were totally new to me when I received them, and I've just been enjoying, because it's colder, it's dark, it's wet, it's horrible. Perfect time for this kind of music. Even though I listen to it all year round now, I really am enjoying the really nasty stuff of, you know, I've had loads of death metal in my head recently, so it's kind of nice to kind of switch styles. So first off, I'm going to start off with a book which I got for Christmas, which seems like ages ago now, but I was dead keen to get this book, so I asked my mum and dad what I want for Christmas. I always ask for a book from this specific publishing house, kind of label, and that is the latest black metal Evolution of the Cult by Dale Patterson. This is put out through his own publishing house, Cult Never Dies. They are a UK-based kind of black label, black metal distro publishing house. He does clothes, he does everything. He gets all really good stuff in. Like any kind of really good black metal band, he'll have it in stock, and he does a wicked sale. But what he's really good at is writing, and big fan of his work and what he does in books and what he puts out. It's just really interesting, and I've got a fair few back there that I've bought from him over the years, and I always check out his site. Anything he brings in, I'm always keen. And I was after this a little while ago, the original version, and this actually came out back in 2009, and it was done between there and 2013, I think, by memory, and it was done by a different publishing house, so he was quite restricted into what he could put into this. So this whole book is about the history of black metal from the start right to now, and with this expanded edition, he's basically gone full throttle on it and put as much information as he can get into the history of the book. There he is on the back there. And must admit, I've been binging this a lot. If you could probably see, there's the bookmark. Doesn't seem like I've got far since Christmas, but because my birthday's at the start of February and with the kids and all that, it's been absolutely chaos. So the last couple of weeks I've been loving, like, just a quiet evening, couple of hours just sat just with my head in this, and it's just fucking amazing. It really is a good read. He's such a specific writer as well. He doesn't kind of waffle on with loads of pointless information. It's all really particular, and all the little snippets and interviews he puts in between as he's telling you the story essentially of the band and why it makes sense, why they're part of the black metal culture. He just puts little like snippets of phrases from different musicians, and it all flows really nicely, and it makes it really interesting. I've got a signed copy there. Probably can't see that on camera, and there's a note on my wall over there with his signature on it. But it's just amazing. Like, you got the roots of it. It starts off like with the thrash movement and traditional metal, and it kind of progresses into like Venom, Merciful Fate, early Sepultura. You know, it covers all the the groundwork, and then it goes into the Greek scene. You've got the Brazilian, South American scene, and I've just finished the Norwegian, like the core of the start of the Norwegian scene. It's really detailed. Everyone knows the history of that, but he's done it in a way that's really easy to digest, because there were certain bits of information I didn't know, and like certain bands I had no idea existed. Like I learned about Fawns last night just reading that chapter, and I'm now a big fan of that music, and I never even heard of them before. And you're thinking, well, how can you be a black metal fan and not know that band? But I'm still learning, and this book has helped me tons, and I'm still going, you know. And in the middle you've got a nice big glossy photo section there. I think it's like 80 pages of coloured photos as well. There's all the black and white ones in the book. So well worth picking up. I'll leave a link down below. But I'm fucking loving this. It genuinely is brilliant. One of my favourite books I've read in a long time, and I'm not even near to getting halfway yet. I'm only like 150 pages in, so go and get that if you haven't. It's fucking brilliant. Now, as well as that, over Christmas I got a gift from a fellow YouTuber by the name of Pieface. He sent me a nice little stack of really underground, horrible, nasty music that he always does, and a lot of them are well-known albums like Borg debut, some Killjoy albums were in there, and they're all brilliant, but I won't show you them. I'll show this one though, because I believe this came out last year. This is a Texas black metal band that also has a YouTube channel, and that is the latest EP from Mordant Rhed with Fuck Your Feeble World. Latest EP from these boys, 4 tracks, and there they are. Don't know what they're up to. They've either had a paintball session, they've had a barbecue, they're in the sauna, who knows. But all the lads hanging out there, main man there, Mr. Red himself, He's hilarious. I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel. But this, when you look at it, you could be convinced it's like kind of like a war metal, kind of really fast, really blasty, really extreme. It really isn't that at all. It's kind of more atmospheric and a lot more in a kind of Scandinavian style than I'd ever thought it would be when I first ever heard these boys. And this one especially, this latest EP, is really atmospheric, and it's got loads of harmonies underneath it that kind of gives it this kind of really mellow atmospheric feel to it. Even though it's harsh, it's aggressive, it has your blasts and all that kind of thing, but it's really raw, it's really natural sounding, it's not overproduced even a little bit. It's proper raw, but at the same time it has a lot of harmony and charm to it that I really am enjoying. And I've listened to this quite a lot. This is a special like DVD case with another copy of it in here. I think there's some live tracks also on this. And yeah, I mean, massive surprise to me how good this sounded, considering what the imagery of the band is. And I know what Mordant's like online. He's really in your face, he's really intense. But that music, even though his vocals are really harsh and intense, it's just got lots of atmosphere to it, and it's quite mellow in some parts, so it's really, really good. Really enjoying it. So yeah, get your ears around that if you haven't. This came out in 2023. So yeah, thank you Simon for that. Fucking well over the moon to have that. I've got everything by them now. So yeah, really cool. Now, I also got some gifts from another YouTuber, but he's also a label. He does all sorts of crazy stuff. He's a vocalist, very talented vocalist. His name is Rob, and he runs the label called Museo del Black Metal. I'll leave a link and also in the description of his YouTube channel. Really cool dude. I have actually met him in the flesh at a gig in London. I can't remember who I was supporting now. Esoteric. That's where I met him. Only very, very briefly, and then, I mean, that's what, a few years ago now. And then fast forward, he messaged me on social media saying, can I send you some stuff from my label to check out my band? And I was like, all ears, you know, fuck yeah. Didn't tell me what it was, didn't send me any links, nothing like that. And this is what he actually sent me originally. I mean, this is fucking brilliant, this is. So this is his band, Grimwald, Italian black metal. He's an Italian chap, but lives in London. And this is their latest album, called, I think it's Fatherland by memory. Yeah, put out through Lower Silesian Stronghold. I'll leave links down there, and I'm probably going to butcher any pronunciations. But yeah, this is his latest offering. Now, Rob is also the vocalist in the Phonic Threnody, if you know that funeral doom band. He does that, as well as other various projects. But this one here is more, it's like a punkish kind of black metal with that kind of atmospheric Norwegian kind of sound. Obviously it's Italian black metal, so it's got a lot of that flavour in there as well. But to me it reminded me of a lot of the early kind of Norwegian bands, but then it has this kind of punkish vibe to it in some sections as well. And then you've got some kind of ambient sections in there. And it's really varied. This is only on Black Wax, I think. Yeah, and I insert. I say only, who cares what colour the black vinyl is? I just say that because some people insist on seeing coloured vinyl, but I couldn't give a flying fuck. Inlay looks like that. So yeah, got the session drummer in there as well. And then you've got your lyrics on the other side there. So this is a wicked, wicked album. Never heard of them before, and I was very, very surprised to even receive something like this in the first place, because, you know, I never expect anything from anyone, nor should you have to send me anything for me to review it. You know, if I can check it out, I'll obviously go and buy it if I like it. But yeah, well grateful for Rob for sending me this. But not only that, he actually runs a label as well. So this isn't put out through his label, but that is his latest album from his band, so leave a link below and go check it out. I'm no black metal expert, so if what I compare it to is only what I know, you might be one of those true black metal nerds who goes, oh, it's second wave black metal. I couldn't care, don't care. But what I do care, if it sounds good, I will love, you know, I'll talk about it. And this is one of the two albums he sent me for his latest releases. And this is the band Forest of Insomnia with Black Gaia. This is amazing. I mean, again, looking at that cover, I was convinced it might be funeral doom, doomy kind of black metal, because all of it's black metal from Italy. This is put out for his own record label, Black Mass Prayers, which I'll leave a link below. But this is, I think, about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that. I want to say it's an EP, but I'm not sure if it is an EP or not. But this is it is an EP, sorry, yeah, debut from 2023, but this is the physical release for 2024. And this is very much, I want to say it's like epic doom, but black metal as well. So it's got your black metal vocals that sound fantastic on here, by the way. Really clear, really precise. It's got that real nice bark, raspiness to it. But this is incredibly riffy. Like most black metal albums, you get the odd riff here and there. There's tons of them in here, and it's kind of upbeat. It slows down. It's melodic. It's got everything. And I've spun this so much because it's really, really enjoyable. It's fun. It's not super serious or really intense. It's just riffy, epic, doomy black metal, and it's brilliant. The production's fantastic. And yeah, the only thing I don't like about it is too short. So I'm really looking forward to when they actually do a full-length album, because if they sound like this, I'm well keen, because it was really, really cool. So yeah, I'll leave a link below and you can tell me, but well happy with that. And then he sent me something that is in the vein of a kind of, you have to be in a certain mood for it for me. And that is, what's this one called? Horla, formed in 2022, and this is their debut EP from 2023, released this year physically by Black Mass Prayer Records. Now this is in the vein of that kind of very depressive, very cold, very angry, miserable, raw black metal. So it's like, if you like bands like Nun, Nordic Winter, reminds me of them. That kind of ballpark where it's really proper depressing. That's what these guys do best. I think this is a two-piece as well, yeah. And it's melodic. I mean, again, I like it. I like that kind of music. You know, I'm a big Nun fan as well. And this kind of fits that if you're in a cold, dark mood and you're sitting in the dark, or you're just watching it rain like it is here now in the UK. It's a brilliant album. Really miserable. It's got a lot of melody hidden in there under the like kind of rawness of it. There's some electronic kind of moments in there, or synthy kind of moments by memory. And yeah, again, I mean, you have to be in the mood for it for me. I can't listen to this every day, otherwise I would probably talk myself. But again, a solid release. So massive props to Rob. I'll leave links to all his work. Top lad. He also does a YouTube channel like I do, but he puts way more effort into it than I ever could. He also speaks in 2 different languages, so he's already more intelligent than I am. So go check him out. Right, what's next? So some vinyl. So this is a band that seems to just churn out music for fun. They put out a full length literally in, I think, 2022, then another one last year. And this is the band Mystic Circle with their latest offering called Erdemon, something like that, down there. Put out through Fireflash Records. I mean, the cover is fucking awesome. That is purely the only reason I even checked out this band ages ago. Now, they have been around a while. They are a German band that formed in '92, and this is their 9th studio album from 2023. I only ever discovered them last year when I saw their last album cover with it's like a priest on it, like a zombie-looking priest in this style. And I know they're currently reissuing some of their older albums as well. But look at that. I mean, that is gorgeous. Lads are on the back there. This is in your atmospheric, melodic, kind of black metal. Very, very riffy. I mean, one of the songs on here I had on today at least several times. The Scarecrow, yeah. That track is incredible. It's got really doomy kind of riff to it. And then it builds and it builds and it's layered great. I believe the vinyl is coloured to match the album cover. It's got that kind of purple vinyl there to match the album, which I like. It makes sense, you know, it's not green or pink dots and stuff like that. It matches that purple there. And yeah, really, really cool band. And I'm trying to check my notes if there's anything else I can tell you, but just go listen to it. It's a fantastic album, really catchy. All the albums I've listened to so far have been spot on for me, so I'm kind of in the mood to kind of try and collect as much as I can find. So this is the first one I've got from them. So I've got a few more to buy yet. So yeah, I mean, I love that artwork. I need that on a t-shirt or something, don't you? So yeah, Mystic Circle, fucking brilliant album that is. Move them over there. Right, now there's some UK boys that have just turned up on the scene that have been around a while, and they've put out this fantastic little EP physically, because they put it out digitally, and I will support bands, but I won't listen to digital stuff that often because I've got Spotify. So when someone releases an EP on Bandcamp, that's great, but I want it in here, I want it on there, you know, it's just how it is for me. But Crowsblood, This is a Bradford-based black death metal project. Put this EP out this year, and it features Chris, who is a YouTuber as well now, but he's also more well known for being in the band Green Saber, which is like a doomy death band, or in the doom kind of area of the metal scene. But he also does Godfrim now. He's stepped up a gear and he's now in that band. Also features a chap called Aki, who drums for the band Oakenthrown, which are kind of like an epic doom band out of Bradford way. But also it has Lee. Now Lee, he's been in a ton of bands. So Lee has been in Solstice by memory, Monolith Cult, which is a great like epic doom band that no longer exists, but they put one album out and it's fucking awesome. But him as a musician, you hear a lot of his influences on this EP, especially on the track, which is the best one by the way, Gallows of Souls. That song has everything for me. It's harsh, kind of gritty vocals from Chris, which are rather good for Chris, I'll give him that. And it's heavy, it's riffy, and then there's this doom riff that reminds me so much of Solstice and Monolith Cult, especially the Monolith Cult side of it. You can definitely tell that's one of Lee's riffs. He's either half-inched from an unwritten track, because it's got this gorgeous twin harmony. Like, I always write stuff like that. So it instantly clicked to me and it became my favourite song. The artwork is amazing. There is a t-shirt that I have as well. So go support the lads. I'll leave a Bandcamp link below. It's not a lot of money. It's like a £5 for this, and you won't be disappointed. It is raw. It is only a demo, so don't feel like you're getting like this big production thing, because you're not. But you don't want that when it's underground music, right? It's also got Hamish from Godfrim doing keyboards on this, and a chap called Paul Ellis doing the bass. So yeah, go check those lads out. They'll hopefully put out full length, and it will be the tits. Right, let's do some more well-known black metal that I managed to find. This is an American black metal band, formed in 2019. This is the third full-length album from 2023, and that is Lamp of Murmur with Centurion Bloodstorm. Now, when this came out, it was impossible to buy on vinyl in the UK without spending a small fortune to get it shipped over here. Now, the vinyl isn't expensive, but the shipping costs from, say, Holland or America are just absurd. So the actual cover looks like that for the vinyl, if you see it anywhere. But the special tape edition is this one here, put out through, what is this label? Ognato Records, something like that. I'll leave a link below. And when I went to look originally to buy this, it was absurd. But luckily, a nice friendly chap from Death Stare Records here in the UK got this imported in on tape. And I can afford tapes, so I got that from a UK distro, so well happy. This album is totally different from his previous work. He's gone from more... He kind of bounces around. You've got your raw, really extreme stuff. He's then kind of for gothic, ambient, kind of synthy stuff. And on this one, it's more... I know some people have compared it to Immortal in some ways, and I can kind of agree. It's very, very riffy, very catchy. And I've listened to this quite a lot, actually, since I just maybe listen to one track, because if I don't get the album, I don't want to listen to it, because it upsets me that I haven't got it, so I ignore it until I own it, and this is one of them. And yeah, very, very riffy. I love a Lamp of Murmur. I've got all the full lengths. I've got another one on cassette up there. A fair few EPs on vinyl back there. And yeah, another fantastic release by him. So if you haven't checked that out, again, I'll leave a link, but I'm hoping to get that on vinyl, because I'd rather have it on vinyl. Okay, so back to Germany for some more German black metal. This is another album that nearly featured in my top 20 last year, but it kind of tailed off towards the end of the year, because this came out quite early on. I think like January, February time it came out. And that is the latest from Imperium Dekadenz, with the album Into Sorrow Evermore, put out through Napalm Records. And the cover was what sucked me in straight away. I follow the black metal promotion YouTube page, and at the time I was working on site somewhere, and I had this whole office to myself twice a week when I was on this particular area. So I was blasting tunes, I was discovering new music, doing my research, and this is one of them that I just saw the cover and I just streamed it loads. And in the end I got it. So this is atmospheric black metal by these two lads here. Band have been around a while, formed in 2004. and what you see is what you get. Really, it's very atmospheric, moody. It can go fast in some sections. It's a double LP with the inlays with some wicked artwork on them there, black vinyl, with these like kind of death masks. I assume they're death masks. But yeah, really nice package. But yeah, another brilliant album from these guys. Really moody, doomy kind of black metal, and I love all that. So if you haven't checked these boys out, strongly recommend it. I know some people say this is their weakest album. I disagree with that strongly. I love this album. I think it's brilliant. So, Imperium Dekadenz, get involved with that. Now, a couple more and I'll leave you alone. So this is some Swedish epic black metal. I swear John at Rock & Metal Plus YouTube channel introduced me to this band ages ago. And I just found it on eBay, luckily, and because I couldn't find a copy of this. And this is the band Cirkeln with A Song to Sorrow. This came out in 2022. It's a one-man project by a chap called Vandar. This is his second full-length album, put out through True Cult Records, and it is a fair few tracks of very epic, melodic, kind of dissection-esque, but then also with the vocal style of Immortal, and it kind of channels that Immortal style as well. So you kind of bounces between the two. It's got a lot of synthy, epic riffs in there, and it's fucking awesome. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant album. I really, really enjoyed this release. This is a yellow shell to match the album artwork. I believe there's a CD and vinyl version of this, but I could be wrong. I definitely know there's a vinyl version. So yeah, Cirkeln, that's a fucking awesome release. Another brilliant, epic, black, kind of riffy, melodic black metal album. So yeah, I love all that stuff. So if you like that kind of thing as well, go check them out. And then I got sent this, like, promo copy, I guess, of this album. Because when labels message me, they always say, can you review this band for us? Or anything like that. And I'll say, yeah, I'll happily do it. But I do it for a physical side of thing. I need a physical release. Not because I need it and I'm tight and I won't buy anything. It's because if I'm showing you something, I just put a screenshot of it there and tell you about it. 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to check it out, because I imagine most of you are collectors that watch these videos and you want to see the album before you buy it. You know, if you're like me anyway, I'm like that. So when they sent me this latest offering from Reflecting the Light, they sent me a CD version with a little propo pamphlet, which is fine because I can still show you it. It's cheating a little bit because it's not the actual release of what you're going to get, but I only think it only came out at the end of January, so I'm not going to complain at all. So this is put out through Batumi Productions, which is a French label, and Reflecting the Light is like an atmospheric post black metal project done by a one-man chap by the name of Ads or something like that. So this was originally released in 2019, formed in 2016, and this is the first pressing of this album physically for 2024. And it's a instrumental, very epic, reverb heavy, black metal, but there's a lot of post metal elements in there. So it's very chilled, epic. It's kind of soothing. It's not harsh or aggressive or anything like that. And yeah, you get this nice little pamphlet I got to read on it with the little promo CD there. So I will leave a link below and you can check it out for yourselves. But if you're into that kind of chilled out instrumental, riffy black metal with a kind of post metal element to it, go give it a go. It is really good. I think the latest version is also a remastered version, so it's got a different mix as well as that. So yeah, go check it out. And lastly, to end this epic black metal update, I've got the latest EP from the band Grave Pilgrim, and this is an album, sorry, it's not an EP at all. This came out last year through Death Prayer Records here in the UK. There's a vinyl version, I think there's also now a CD version. They're doing CDs at last, if you're into that. But they do these wacky tapes, I quite like these actually. And this is brilliant. This is a raw black metal project out of Oregon in the US, and this is the second full length from last year. Has a kind of western kind of cowboy theme throughout all their albums. All the artwork is based off western art, and this one is the same. It's very raw, very organic, lo-fi production, but it works for this project a lot because it's got that western feel, so it sounds like it's come from that time period, and the instruments and the riffs, none of it's modern sounding at all. It's very much centered on that kind of western, I don't know when the western years were, like the 1800s, something like that kind of vibe to it. And I really enjoy it. It's very riffy, especially like the little instrumental bits they do with like the guitars and stuff like that. They're fucking awesome. They're really chilled, really melodic. I still prefer the previous EP with the old geezer on it, the white cover. That I don't think I'll ever compete with any of their releases. I just love it. Inlay looks like that with the same sort of artwork. And the lads are there. I think the dog might be in the band as well, but I don't know what he plays. But it's brilliant. Another solid release from them, but like I said, I preferred the previous EP. It just had that charm to it. I don't think they'll be able to match that, because I've listened to the debut and even that didn't really have it. So I'm a fan of the band, but I don't know if they'll ever beat that second EP they put out. For me personally, that's the first thing I ever heard by them and I fell instantly in love with it. And this is good, but it's not quite as good as that. So yeah, go check it out for yourselves and you let me know what you think. But yeah, Grave Pilgrim. So yeah, massive thank you if you've stayed to the end of this video. I know black metal isn't everyone's cup of tea that watches my videos, but hopefully you're going to check these bands out. Like I said, go give this book a go as well if you haven't ever learned anything of black metal and you like a good read as well, because this is the tits. I really am enjoying this. So till then, please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't, go and link down below all those cool stuff I've showed you. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. Cheers.